More thrust is given to Ariane 6 and Vega-C. China invites the world to join forces to Mars. Next Starship to fly is having some troubles. Lockheed Martin space station goes boom. Taikonauts land back on Earth. German ATMOS achieves a major milestone. ESA sets high ambitions for travels to Mars. Launches of the last 2 weeks. Hi everyone, I'm Christophe Paget for All About Space, and this is your Space Update. So I've been away for 2 weeks, so I shall be short as I can be, for describing what has happened in the last 2 weeks. And starting with the French space agency CNES has now conducted the static fire tests at the European Space Centre in French Guiana of the latest solid rocket booster called the P160C, a more powerful version of the P120C, which will be used on Ariane 6 Block 2 version and current Vega-C rocket, along with Vega-E, his replacement. Now, the test was deemed successful by Ariane Group and Avio, and the booster is expected to enter into service in 2026, which would increase payload mass by about 2 tons on Ariane 6 and under 1 ton for Vega-C and E. The Chinese National Space Administration, or CNSA, is inviting international parties to join his effort to return Mars samples to Earth with his Tianwen-3 project offering a 20-kilogram payload on his lander. The mission is scheduled for around 2028, with lander, ascender, rover, orbiter, and returner carrying 6 scientific payloads expected to return samples back to Earth by 2031, which is at least 2 to 4 years earlier than the joint ESA and NASA Mars sample return mission. The Chinese mission will involve 2 separate launches using Long March 5 rockets, sending both an orbiter and return vehicle on one of them, along with a lander and ascent vehicle on the other. The lander will collect surface samples, which will then be transferred to the orbiter for the journey back. At Starbase City, Starbase is officially considered as a city. We have seen the addition of 4 legs at the pad number 2, soon to be followed by the launch mount, which has been rolled out to the launch site this week. The launch mount is huge, as you can tell. At the production site, the Starship number 36 left the Mega Bay and made its way to Massey site, where it has undergone 2 cryogenic tests, typically done by SpaceX, before they install the engines. Our ship number 36 then returned to the production site to be immediately replaced by ship 35, which carried out 2 static fire tests in Massey. Actually, the second test did not go according to plan, but we have no more information on the topic. Starship number 35 then returned back to the production site. Staying at the production site, the high bay continues to be demolished and the entrance to the Star Factory is being demolished to make space for the Giga Bay. Ship number 38, Noscone, has made an appearance outside the Star Factory. Lockheed Martin has been working on an inflatable space station module, and this week it has tested at a pressure 4 times higher than operation pressure and survived 4,177 hours at that pressure, whilst the target was only 100 hours. Now, good to know that Lockheed Martin Space is progressing well on his space station ambitions. The Shenzhou 19 capsule has landed in Dongfang in China after residing for 6 months at the Chinese space station Tiangong. The 3 Taikonauts, Commander Kai Xuze, Wang Haozhou, and Song Lingdong, seem to be fine after the journey. A German space startup just made history this week. ATMOS became the first private European company to enter space and return through Earth's atmosphere with his inflatable Phoenix 1 vehicle. Now, this vehicle is an inflatable heat shield to demonstrate the ability to return to Earth safely without the need of heavy and cumbersome heat-resistant structure. You see it leaving a Falcon 9 second stage some days ago. We have no other pictures from the landing, but the company declared it as a successful flight. ESA has issued a call for proposal for science payloads for the opportunity to travel on the propulsive tug and its passenger spacecraft into an interplanetary transfer service. It is called Lightship, aiming at promoting low-cost missions to Mars. And what a big ambition ESA is promoting. April 25th, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 from Florida for a Starlink mission group 674. The first stage flew for the 23rd time and landed on the drone ship A Shortfall of Gravitas. April 27th, CASC launched a Long March 3BE from China for its mission Tianlian 205, a second generation of data relay satellites to be used by manned Shenzhou spacecraft or Tiangong space station and other satellites on low Earth orbit. April 28th, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 from Florida for a Starlink mission group 1223. The first stage flew for the 20th time and landed on the drone ship Just Read the Instructions. On the same day, CSC launched a Long March 5B YZ2 from China for its mission SatNet LEO Group 3 for the state-owned global broadband internet network. Later that day, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 from California for a Starlink mission group 119. The first stage flew for the 25th time and landed on the drone ship Of Course I Still Love You. April 29th, ULA launched an Atlas V in heavy configuration from Florida for its Kuiper mission KA-01 for a global broadband internet network by Amazon. On the same day, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 from Florida for a Starlink mission group 1210. The first stage flew for the first time and landed on the drone ship A Shortfall of Gravitas. The day continued with Ariane for a launch of his Vega-C from French Guiana for his mission Biomass, the space version of Mary Poppins, aimed at measuring the state and dynamics of the world's forests to enhance our understanding of the carbon cycle. And the last launch that day was that of Firefly with his Alpha rocket from California for his mission Message in a Booster. Unfortunately, the second stage failed to reach the required orbit and re-entered the atmosphere shortly after, along with its payload, the LM-400 technology demonstration satellite for Lockheed Martin. May the 2nd, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 from Florida for a Starlink mission group 675. The first stage flew for the 18th time and landed on the drone ship Just Read the Instructions. May the 4th, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 from Florida for a Starlink mission group 684. The first stage flew for the 20th time and landed on the drone ship A Shortfall of Gravitas. May 7th, SpaceX launched a Falcon 9 from Florida for another one, Starlink mission group 693. The first stage flew for the 7th time and landed on the drone ship Just Read the Instructions. In summary, from January 1st until May 8th, 2025, 93 rockets were launched successfully. Out of that, 61 were from an American company or institution, 23 from China, and 2 from Europe. I leave you this week with a picture from the Hubble Space Telescope of the planetary nebula NGC 2899, approximately 4,500 light-years away from us in the southern constellation Vela. Now, this nebula has a diagonal, bipolar, cylindrical outflow of gas. Now, this is propelled by radiation and stellar winds from nearly 22,000 degrees Celsius, white dwarfs at the center. Now, the colors in the picture are those from the glowing hydrogen and oxygen. What a beautiful shape of interstellar particles highlighted by the Hubble Space Telescope, which celebrates its 35th anniversary. Happy birthday, Hubble, and keep showing us such wonderful sets of images. Thank you for watching your channel, All About Space. See you at the next episode of Space News.